fact, we need a humble individual who's a powerful voice. One of those voices, perhaps we could say, in the American Literature Association, in the worlds that we live in the rooms that we work from, and the classes that we teach in, perhaps one of those voices we don't hear. And perhaps one of those voices we need to hear, and when we hear others, ask, where are those voices? Ladies and gentlemen, Carolina Hinojosa-Cisneros.
Good evening. My first poem is called Birth. And if I get a little loud.
All the better.
There we go. Crucify him! It's only a play. One by one, arms interlocked, the women follow the Christ Jesus outside. My lunch is heavy in my stomach. His makeup blood is smeared on the rocks by the road, and the Roman soldier screams in my face, "Will you carry his cross?" I have my own cross to carry. Crucify him! My mind is clouded, and suddenly I am 15, and my mom has had enough of this life. There is no love left for anyone save for the gaps in our breath and the hungry silence that feeds on our insecurities. He already took my dad. What else can he take? We walk closer to the Christ who is on the ground. He's crying, and his blood catches in the sun like a fisherman's hook. He looks at me. Will I carry his cross? Splintered and shattered on the ground beside him, it has become impossible for him to carry. Crucify him! My legs tremble, and I'm 6. Lay right there, they say. This is what I will know of love. It is manly, it is heavy, and it is unapologetic. It is familial, and I want to be a man. My body is a mistake. And Christ Jesus turns away. He cannot carry the cross. His hands are bloody and worn. His body is limp, and he is faint. Why have you forsaken me? I run to him and hold him up. I'm not sure if he remembers that this is a play because his entire weight is on my left shoulder. Why have you forsaken me? The tears come in droves, and I'm 19, and there is no blood, and I'm confused. I no longer want to be me. I want it to go away. The memories of my past eat me alive, reminding me that I am a mistake. Then I am 20, and she's born through me. There is so much blood, and they take her to another room. She lives. Crucify him! I can't stop crying. I'm carrying Christ Jesus, and they're screaming in my face. They're going to crucify him. His blood is all over my hands, my clothes, my hair, my face. It doesn't come off, and the Romans take him from my grip. Crucify him! I have my own cross to carry. This next one I wrote in response to the farm workers that were on strike in Baja California. They marched for 15 miles fighting for more than $10 a day for their pay. They get paid $10 a day. So this one is called Martin. God fed many with one loaf, and we throw away so many as we bite off compassion and chew it until it is soggy with deprivation. Take it out to the curb. A Tuesday morning stop. Martin stands still down the block, waiting for the green can to make it back down. Droppings of carnita and scraps from Thanksgiving will be married to the corners when he opens the lid. His memory coils itself to a distant memory in Querétaro, Mexico, when his family picked fruit for $10 a day. Para los americanos. Coming to America, he longed for tables adorned in food and a job to shield his head from God. Here he stands, exposed, like a babe at birth, hungry, tired, no way to communicate. Así nacemos. This is how we are born. An American dream cut into him and encased with his own blood. Martin places his hand on his chest, lifts his head to the sky, his throat hollowed like the tunnels we leave behind in countries we dare to invade. Ya no. Martin closes his eyes. His mother's rebozo wraps him tightly as he lies down ready. to eat, to never be hungry again. This next one I wrote because I'm always watching birds flutter around in our yard, and I think what great stories can be told through birds. They know so many things. They're just witnesses to a lot of, a lot that we don't see. The birds are sort of overseeing. So I wrote this poem. It's called Pajarito, a storyteller. I find random items in my yard while regando las matas. I imagine the birds make their way to my fence and bring stories of other yards along with them. They drop pieces of plastic, ties, ropes, nails, cardboard, leaves, pecans, grass clippings, branches, and seeds. Each item an adventure entertained by these pájaros as they make their way around the neighborhood. I find a feather or two, a territorial move to prove they own a particular piece of the barrio. Stealing stories for each other and conquering tales of other birds, they litter the ground with new cuentos that can be told en la mañanita. Y los pajaritos cantan, la luna ya se... And I don't know which one. I don't know which one. I will choose this one. So my father passed away when I was 2 years old in the military. I never knew who he was, but like the birds, my mother's a storyteller. So these stories of my father kind of get passed on through my grandmother and what people know of him. I just recently met his family, or our family, right? So I wrote this about him from everything that I know. It's called From Thee I See. For as far as I could see, from thee I see, freedom rings hard, hard out, about face. Get out of my face, soldier. Peacetime casualty is an oxymoron. My daddy died in peacetime. Casualty of about face. So when you bring your freedom from the I see, I don't see. Remains retrieved, boxed up nicely. Dear Miss Hinojosa, we are so sorry for your loss. Signed Corporal Lieutenant so and so and so and so. You don't see. He was far at sea because freedom rings hard.
Our next writer is Carolina Hinojosa just went. Natalia Trevino